Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a repair video for Christian Vargas. As you can see, we got our damaged shingle right here. Some creasing at the top. Alright, damaged shingle. It is 60 degrees on this lovely Sunday morning. Sorry about that, just had zoomed out a little bit. But you also got some more creased shingles along the back side of his roof. Yep. Yeah, seeing a lot of wind lifting shingles. Not to mention the ripped off shingles. Alright, let's go ahead and start by conducting this repair video. Got my replacement shingle right now, and I'm gonna start by putting this in the tripod. Make sure I got a good angle for you guys. Alright, yep, should be good. So the tools I'm going to be using for this repair, I got your crowbar with a P-hook on the end. I love this tool. It lets me grab nails from underneath the shingles one-handed without lifting it more than 40 degrees. I also got your 16-ounce hammer. We're going to be using to nail these screws back in. Oh, sorry, nails back in. And then I also have your roof snake. Now this is going to allow us to place nails, hammer them back in without lifting the shingle more than 40 degrees. So let's go ahead and start by unsealing the rest of the shingle. I do want to point out, I don't know where the seam is yet. So what I'm going to do, since it's our damaged shingle, I'm going to see if I can try right first to see if we can locate that seam. All right. So now that I've unsealed that part of the shingle, I'm gonna lift it up. Lifting it no more than 40 degrees, by the way. Keep my thumb on the shingle, my other fingers in the air. If need be, I'll rest them on the shingle above it, never the same shingle. Alright, so it does look like this is the end of the shingle. That is our seam right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mark up the workspace to make my life a little bit easier. Alright, so you got that. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now I know exactly where my workspace is. It's gonna make my life a little bit easier, just so I know exactly what shingles need to be unsealed. Alright, so I already got that one. Let me finish up these two on the bottom. Again, I'm gonna keep my palm down as I cut away from the tar line. Fingers above it, never on the same shingle. Wasn't sure if I mentioned that earlier in the video. Alright, got that one. Alright, this one is already unsealed. Let's do the rest. Don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Right. Last one on this row. This one's a little bit tougher. Alright. Now, last three. Alright. So I did forget, got these shingles unsealed. Just so you guys hear me a little bit clearer, it is a little bit windy up here. Just gonna place this mic Should improve the audio. Something I should have did in the beginning of the video. Mic check, mic check. All right, looks like we're good. All right, now that we got our shingle unsealed, I'm gonna go ahead and start by taking the nails out of the shingle. Now again, same thing as I lifted that other shingle. I'm not gonna lift it more than 40 degrees. I'm gonna keep my thumb lifting up on the shingle, and my fingers are gonna be up in the air. If need be, I'll be resting my fingers on the shingle above, never the same shingle I'm lifting up. All right, what we got here? All right, so looks like they went in a little bit of an angle. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it 2 love taps. 1, oh. One more. See if we can get underneath that nail now. Try going in. Bear with me, guys. All right. So it looks like that nail is actually all the way through and just too close to the decking to allow me to remove it. It's actually not going to be an issue for taking this shingle out. So we're just going to move on to the next nail. All right. All right, go in there one hand, just like I mentioned before. And I am being real careful with these shingles, guys. Not lifting it more than I need to. Same issue that we got on the other side. Just nailed all the way through. Real tight to the decking. Looks like the hole around the nail previously is just too big. Shouldn't give us an issue to remove that shingle. All right. All right, so it looks like that shingle, that nail is the same Got the same issue that we had with these other nails on each side. So just not, even with the lub taps, I'm not going to be able to take them out. These two don't look like they'll give us a hard time removing the shingle. If need be, I will probably have to lift that up with my hands, keeping pressure, of course, not doing any damage to the other shingles. That's really just how they installed the roof with the nails. Nothing really in my control. All right, let's go ahead and see if we got any issues. All right, one. All right, that came out just fine. Guess we missed one. All right. So it doesn't look like I have access to the last nail. Unfortunately, it looks like they got it right underneath the decking. I'm gonna try to pop it up and then just remove it with my hands, because unfortunately I won't be able to get it all the way out. All right. So right here, this is our damaged shingle. Get a closer look. Sorry, it is a little glary. All right, now that we got our damaged shingle removed, I'm gonna go ahead and start by putting our new shingle in. Got right here, another 3-tab, new shingle. All right, let's go ahead and put this in. All right, now that we got our shingle placed, I'm gonna pull out my roof snake and start hammering these new nails in new holes, of course, not the same holes that I use or where the nails were previously removed. All right. And again, this tool allows me to nail this shingle in without really having to lift up the shingle too much. Doesn't allow you to lift it up more than 40 degrees. So that's one of the reasons I love this tool. I think it's an excellent tool for doing repairs like this. That way you're not causing unnecessary damages to the roof. All right, that's in. I am seeing a bit of granule loss as I nail this back in along the top of the shingles. So I will be pointing that out once I'm done. And I'm not nailing it too hard, just enough to get the nail back in. All the way. All right, now that I got all the nails back in, everything's installed properly. Let's get a closer look, guys. All right. So this is where I put the new shingle. These are the shingles where I had my work area. So you can see, so this just happened from the hammer, just a little tap. But what I wanted to point out was that you can see creasing over here at the top of the shingles. A lot of granule loss. Get a closer look. It's a little darker on these areas, so it's a little harder to see. But go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it a little bit for you guys. Yes. A little bit of shadow, it's just harder to see. But here, that one here, and this one is real hard to see, but you can see it right there. So that's where all the areas I saw where I did see that the shingle was starting to get a little crease, and this showed a lot of granule loss. Now if we did repair all the way up, it would just continue to do the same thing, and along with the rest of the roof. Again, this is from the hammer. Just my hammer slipped a little bit, but other than that, just showing the effects of the repair. You can see the creasing at the top. In my eyes, this is going to be deemed as a fail. Thank you guys for taking out the time to watch my video. You guys have a good one.